Welcome to Tibalt's Apprentice. It's time to talk about my Lord Windgrace deck again. And instead of just upgrading it, we're going to try to supplement it. Having strategies is great, but being able to pull the strategies off, that's a little bit more important. So, for example, Ancient Green Warden, Crucible of Worlds, Splendid Reclamation, all cards that are a necessity in the deck. But why not supplement those with a couple of cards that have come out since or become more readily available, such as Life from the Loam and Aftermath Analyst. Both of those will help get those lands back from the graveyard onto the battlefield. Speaking of lands, being able to untap them to be able to cast your spells, obviously Wilderness Reclamation and auto budget include, also supplemented by Seedborn Muse. Those are already in the deck. But being able to have those lands untapped, absolutely important. So a couple of things like Tiller Engine and Spelunking have become backups to getting those lands on the battlefield and being able to use those. Pulse of Morass and Eternal Witness, obviously cards to be able to get cards back out of the graveyard to be able to use them again. But my most recent addition is Noxious Revival. The fact that it is 2 Phyrexian mana, that's right, just 2 life. You can put a card on top of your library at instant speed. It's an auto include at this point. So also for getting things back, another card that does the job is Loaming Shaman. While that doesn't get you the specific card back, it will get you in your entire graveyard back. So if a piece of your combo gets milled away or something of that nature, you're sure to get it back with this one. Spore Frog, obviously we need some protection. We need Lord Windgrace to not take combat damage. It is a little fragile from the standpoint of it is a creature and it is a one-use thing unless you have other ways of getting it back like we just discussed. Why not go for something like Snow-Covered Lands and putting in a Sunstone? Doesn't see a lot of play from Ice Age, but the fact that you can sack Snow-Covered Lands to prevent all combat damage and then Lord Windgrace can get those back out of the graveyard for you, it's a nice bit of redundancy that will protect your commander. Of course, Mastermind's Acquisition, and if you have it, a Diabolic Tutor, are definitely the ways to go as far as finding your combo pieces in the game. The most recent inclusion that I have, though, for redundancy is Pillage the Bog. Especially considering how many lands you're going to put down, that card is straight value. And one final card to supplement the Avenger of Zendikar. There's probably a couple of other things that would do this, but what I like and have recently added is Samnith, Tyrant Smasher, gives all my creatures haste. There's also one from Lord of the Rings. If you think of that, add that in the comments below. That's another card that would make sure to give all my creatures haste. So when I create all those saprolings that are 0/1, throw a few lands down, and boom, suddenly you're dead in a single turn. Anyhow, that's my upgrades or my supplements for Lord Windgrace.